Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna go ahead and do a spring look. Basically, the video is gonna consist of this makeup look right here. It is what I called my spring look to go easy, you know, not so glam, but just something to give you a spark to your face, spring looking, that you can easily recreate and then, get ready fast. So this is the makeup look that I created. I used the Modern Renaissance palette and the Peach palette from Too Faced. So I will be doing a voiceover for the look because there's a lot of noise going on in my house and I didn't think that you guys were going to be able to hear me when I was talking. So I will be doing a voiceover to explain what I'm doing throughout the video and what products I'm using. Hopefully I don't miss anything. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really want your feedback, so let me know what kind of videos you guys want to watch, anything in particular, or if so far what I've done is something that you guys have been liking so that I can keep doing what I'm doing. I do appreciate you guys watching the videos, but if you guys want to watch how to recreate this look, then just keep on watching. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you guys are updated and have the latest new videos that I will be posting. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye. Alright guys, let's get started. For this video I already have my eyebrows done, but what I used was a Ka-Brow from Benefit in the gel color 4. I also used the brush that comes with it to set on my brows. And then I went on and used the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to use it as a base for my eyelids to go ahead and put on my eyeshadows. I use a brush to blend it in my eyelids. I don't remember where I got the brush from. It came in my Ipsy bag, sorry. But then I basically went on the Peach palette and I used the color White Peach. I didn't show it in the video, but that's what I used to set my eyelids. And then after that, I went in with the Candid Peach color from also the Peach palette, and I used that as my transition color. And I only used this one as my transition color because I wanted it to be an easy eye look, but I basically used this all over my crease to start that transition. The majority of the brushes that I use are from Wet n Wild. I bought all these at the drugstore. I wanted to use brushes that were very affordable and very easy to get, and these are very good brushes. Then I will move on to my next transition color. For some reason I clicked on the incorrect color. I didn't use the one that's showing on the video. It's actually the Real, I believe it's the Real Guard from the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. That's the orange looking color that I use to start my next transition color in my crease, and you can see here as when I started first, I believe I used too much, so I just started to blend it as much as I could. After that, to give it a little more color, I use another color from the Modern Renaissance palette, and that was the red ochre, I believe it's called. I use it in the corner of the eye to kind of give it like a little smoky eye on the edge, a little deeper color to give it more flair to the color, just other than the orange look. And you can see here that I'm applying it just on the corner and bringing it up a little bit to the crease. After I packed enough in the corner, I went in with the Primavera eyeshadow and I go ahead and put this in the eyelid. I cover most of the eyelid and I pack enough until I notice the good amount that I want. I didn't have to add too much because with this palette the color is very good. With the small amount that I put, it's actually goes a long way. So it was really good. I really like this palette and I really do recommend it. After that, I went back to the Peach palette and I used the same transition color that I used first, which was the Candid color. and I go ahead and put that to my crease, and I do this because I want to blend out the harshness from packing the color in my lid. So I go ahead and do that back and forth until I see that there's no more harsh lines. After that, I go back to the Renaissance palette and I go to the red ochre color again and do the same thing again. Go ahead and do in the corner, add it on so I can go ahead and blend that out, and so that it is not as harsh and and it adds more dimension to the eye, packing it on and giving it more of a pop color there in the. After I applied the eyeshadow under my brow, I went and looked for the brush to blend out that color so it wouldn't look as harsh under the brow. I couldn't find the correct brush that I wanted, but I used a fluffy brush from the Way and Wild. I believe it's like a crease brush, but I just used that to go ahead and blend it out as much as I could so it looked more seamlessly and better. After that, I went on a move to my face. I applied my moisturizer. I used the Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture for sensitive skin. I applied that all over my face, and then after I did that, I used the NYC liquid liner in black to go ahead and create a tight line so that once I put on my eyelashes, you couldn't see the band as harsh and it looked a lot smoother and like they belong there, like they're natural eyelashes. But pretty much I did that on both of my eyes, and it's just a little fine line, not too big, just simple line straight across. Then I went on and I used my e.l.f. primer to go ahead and smooth out my face and imperfections so that my foundation could go on smoother. And then I applied my Infallible Pro Matte Foundation with my beauty sponge. I basically just pounced the foundation all over my face, and you've seen that in my other video how I apply my foundation. And it's pretty much what I did here. It's just pounced it all over my face, applied as, kept applying as much to get that full coverage. Sorry if I keep making these faces or like it seems like I'm talking. My husband was in there with me, or he's always in there with me while I record as well as Samuel. So I'm always talking to them as I'm filming, but that's what I'm doing. If you're wondering why I'm talking or that you can't hear it, it's because I'm talking to them. But moving on, I used again the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to go ahead and conceal under my eyes. This time I actually did use a lot less than what I normally use. I try not to use a lot, like I said, but last time I went overboard. This time I make sure it was just a little bit. But I also used my beauty sponge to go ahead and blend that out. And once I got enough coverage, I put it up my nose, up in my forehead to give a little bit more focus and brighten up those areas. And then I also blended it out with my beauty sponge. Sorry if I am like speeding through every part. I was trying to get ready fast. I was running late, so I was trying to do this as quickly as possible. But here I am going to go ahead and set my concealer, and I do that with the Airspun Loose Face Powder. It is a translucent powder. It doesn't have flashback if you use flash photography, so it's a really good powder. It sets the concealer and your foundation really well. I really recommend it, and it's really affordable. I believe it's like $7 or something like that at the drugstore. And then also I use the True Match from L'Oreal to set my foundation. Even though I use a matte foundation, since I am oily, I always have to set my foundation. So my L'Oreal True Match is one of the ones that I use, which is really good and works for me. After that, I went and just took off the translucent powder with a brush from the e.l.f. I believe it's like a blush brush. but I just dust that off all over my face and remove the excess off. And then I moved on to my bronzer, and I used the Hoola Benefit bronzer. And I basically do like a fishy face and just put it up my, my side, my cheekbone, in the, kind of like the dents of your face to highlight that part, give it a natural bronze look. And then I put it across my forehead, and trying to go as fast as I can, like I said. And also I try to drag it down to my chin and my nose. You gotta give like a shorter nose contour. But other than that, I move on to my blush, and I use the Milani brush, the Luminoso, as everybody likes and loves, and I also recommend it like everybody else. It's a good, an oldie but goodie. And then after I finish putting my blush, let's move on to the best part, which is the highlighting. I use the Anastasia Glow Kit, and I use a combination of Summer and Moonstone. That's my favorite combination from this kit. And I put it on the side of my cheeks, and then my tip of my nose, and Cupid's bow to give a good highlight there. I use it with a stippling brush. I believe also I got it in my Ipsy bag, so I don't remember what it's called. But then I also use Wet n Wild stippling brush to go ahead and blend that out so it looks a lot smoother. And then after that, I went on and added a little bit more of the translucent powder to give it a more precise contour at the bottom of my cheeks. Moving back to the eyes, I went and did the same steps basically for the lower lash. I started off with the Candid color from the Peach palette, and I put that as closest to my eye as possible. And then I moved to the next color, which was a more brighter orange, which was the Rio Gar color. I added that one more towards the corner of the eye, so it seemed more of a smoky eye towards the corner of the eye. And then the last color I did was the Red Ochre color, which was the last darker shade that I used on the top of my lid. And that one I put it as close as possible to my eyelash. I'm sorry, to my lower eyelash. But, put it too close, I got it on my eye. I tried to put it, as close as I could. And then for the pop of color for the corner of the eyes, I use the Vermeer color from the Anastasia palette. So give it a little bit more of a brighter pop color right there. And then once I completed my eyes, I just used the Jordana eye pencil. It's just a brown color, so that I didn't want to give it too much of a smoky dark eye, so I wanted just to use this to give it more of a color. So I just used a brown shade. And then I went on with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara and added that to my top and lower lashes to give it more of a shine to the eyes. Once I did that, I dusted off the bottom part of my translucent powder, and I moved on to my lips. And for my lips, again, I used the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Tawny. I basically line my lips, and then I also put it all over my lips, so it gives it a base color. Because the color that I want to use for my lips is orange, I wanted to make sure that it gave it a little darker look. I didn't want it to be really bright. But in the next clip, when I show you the liquid lipstick that I used, it still came out really orange. And so I try to tone it down a little bit. I don't show it in the video, but the color that I used first was the Wet n Wild liquid cat suit in the color, I believe it was Flame of the Game. And so when I put it here, you can notice that like at first I see that it's really bright, and I'd like that, but I didn't want it for this specific look since I already had a lot of orange in my eyelids. I didn't want it to focus on
you know, two things. So I wanted to tone it down a little bit, and what I used was the NYX liquid Sued in the cream lipstick. Color I believe is 07, and basically this toned down that um, orange look that I wanted it for this specific look. And then I used the setting spray from Wet n Wild to finish off this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching.